With over 10,000 cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG game, where do you start when you want to build a deck? Well, most people start on the internet, most notably YouTube. However, how good is some of these decks that we see profiled day in and day out on that platform? Me being the curious person I am, I'm going to try and find out. Welcome to NetDeck 101. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Episode 2 of NetDeck 101. You know who it is already.
Jimothy.
Now, I've decided to look at Dale from Zephyr Wargames' Ancient Warrior deck profile. I will link his video in the description below. Now, as I said previously, I love decks that are hyper aggressive, and Ancient Warriors definitely fits this bill. What I like about this video already is that at the end of the deck profile, he actually goes into a few combos that you can potentially do whilst you're playing this deck. So I really do value this video for that reason. So what we're going to do is jump into a few games on EDO Pro, then I will give my overall evaluation of the deck afterwards. So without wasting any more time, ladies and gents, let's get into the duels.
Bro, you're trash, bro. Is them tears, bro? Come on, bro. You gotta get you together, boy.
Have notes in the origin.
Okay, ladies and gents, this is the actual deck list that Zephyr Wargames profiled on his channel, and as always I will leave a link to the original video and his original profile of this deck in the description box below. Now, going into the deck, the pros and the cons. Starting off with the pros, it is Ancient Warriors, it does swarm the field, and going second is probably its speciality at the moment. It doesn't really set up the kind of turn one board you would expect from a deck like this, but at the same time it's not built to be setting up a million negates. It's there literally to just swarm the field and beat down your opponent. Now, what it does do well is swarm the field, but that's when it does go uninterrupted. As you seen with the replays, there was a few times when I got interrupted. I think I got cracked down a couple of times, and I was just kind of stuck for what I could do realistically. So yeah. Instant Fusion was a nice secret tech in here. I did find myself going into Thousand Eyes Restrict quite a lot, which either baited in the gate or got rid of a problem monster. Also, it does OTK out of nowhere, even with some of the problems it has with solving the board and getting interrupted. You can easily OTK, especially with Shade Brigandine, which was a nice little tech in this deck specifically. As for the extra deck, the MVPs of the extra deck possibly were Bahamut Shark, and obviously Totally Awesome, and obviously Double or Nothing. I found myself going into Big Goosker a couple of times, but it didn't really do much, especially when there was summoning Link monsters that couldn't go into defense position. Now, for the cons, this deck specifically, even though it's designed to go first and second, it struggled against boards that could build up multiple negations. Now, if you've seen one of the ones when I was playing against Dragon Link, I drew the most awkward hand, which I'll come on to in a moment, as well as not being able to break boards consistently. I probably would have threw in something like a Dark Ruler or more and taken out a couple of the Fire Formation Tensus, because they seemed to brick up my hand a little bit. Yes, the double normal summon was nice, but for the amount of times that I was seeing it and in the quantities that I was seeing it, it probably wasn't as good as I hoped it would have been. Also, it needs some more impactful cards. For example, I watched that Dragon Link combo, going back to that video, I watched that Dragon Link guy combo off for about 2 to 3 minutes here, and I had no interruption whatsoever apart from an infinite impermanence, and that was just easily played through that. Potentially I would actually side in something like Nibiru, or even probably main deck Nibiru, seeing as you want to go second in this deck, but you want to go against a weakened board. You don't want to go against a full strength board, because you'll just get negated out of the pot. Also, the extra deck was really nice, but there were a few inclusions in here that you probably could have done without. Borrow Sword being one of them. There was no need for a Borrow Sword. This deck quite easily OTKs, and for more times than not, you're going to be going into Double or Nothing anyway. So he could have been taken out. As for the rest of the extra deck, yeah, it was pretty useful. Rare Fish, just another rank level 4 to go into your rank 4 plays. But overall, ladies and gents, my problem with this specific deck list is it just felt like a Double or Nothing toolbox. Most of the matches that I did win, I went into Double or Nothing and swung for game. Now, obviously, there are other decks out there that can do this way more efficiently. So I do feel like this specific list caters towards the Double or Nothing play more so than it does anything else, and I do think that because of that, it makes it play a certain way, which is a little bit awkward, where the Ancient Warriors are secondary to what you're trying to accomplish with the deck, which is a bit of a shame, because I do like Ancient Warriors and I am actually building my own deck list. But anyway, ladies and gents, that's my thoughts on the specific profile. Shout out to Zephyr Wargames for profiling it and just being an all-round good guy. And if there are any changes that you guys would like to make or suggestions, please get at me in the comment section below. Maybe I misplayed, maybe I didn't play it properly, who knows. But anyway, we find ourselves at the end of another video. As always, if you do like this content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.